Imagine someone stealing the equivalent of nearly $10 million in broad daylight from the middle of Tokyo without firing a single shot. No masks, no violence, no hostages, just one man pretending to be a police officer in one of the most brilliant robberies in history. And you know what the craziest part is? More than 170,000 police officers investigated the case, and they still never figured out who did it. Welcome to another episode of It Sounds Crazy, but It's True, the channel where we retell some of the craziest stories, crimes, mysteries, and unbelievable events in a cinematic storytelling format with original narration, commentary, and recreated visuals. Certain scenes and details have been dramatized for storytelling purposes. If that's what you enjoy, then you're in the right place. It was a chilly morning on December 10th, 1968, in Fuchu, Tokyo, Japan. The streets were packed with commuters. Factory workers hurried through the freezing air carrying cigarettes and briefcases while traffic slowly crawled through the city. Nobody realized they were about to witness one of the greatest unsolved robberies in history. At around 9:20 in the morning, employees from the Kokubunji branch of Nippon Trust Bank loaded nearly 300 million yen into a company vehicle. The exact amount was 294,307,500 yen. Back then, that was worth roughly 818,000 US dollars. And today, that would equal somewhere around a massive $7 to $10 million. The money was intended for a year-end bonuses at Toshiba factory in Fuchu. And somehow, that enormous amount of cash was being transported in a normal sedan. No armored truck, no armed guards, no police escort, just 4 ordinary bank employees driving through Tokyo with millions of dollars sitting in a metal cash box. The employees had almost reached their destination at the Toshiba factory when suddenly a police motorcycle pulled in front of them. The officer looked completely legitimate. White police motorcycle, official uniform, white gloves, helmet, and a calm voice. Everything about him screamed authority. The employees immediately trusted him. The officer approached the vehicle and delivered terrifying news. Earlier that morning, the branch manager's house had reportedly been targeted in an explosion attempt. And police had received a warning that this vehicle might also contain explosive. Instantly, panic spread throughout the group of employees. The officer ordered everyone to move away from the car immediately. The employees obeyed without hesitation. Nobody questioned him. Why would they? He looked exactly like a real police officer. The officer then crouched beneath the sedan to inspect it. For several seconds, everything went silent. Then suddenly, smoke burst from underneath the car. A flame ignited beneath the vehicle, sending smoke and sparks into the freezing air. The officer screamed, "It's going to explode!" The employees panicked instantly. One stumbled backward. Another fell trying to run away. The workers fully believed they were seconds from dying. But the smoke wasn't from a bomb. The fake officer had secretly ignited a road flare beneath the car. And while the terrified employees backed away, the fake police officer calmly opened the driver's door, got inside, and drove away with nearly 300 million yen. No gunshots, no violence, no masks, no hostages, just pure psychological manipulation. By the time the employees realized what had happened, the thief was long gone. And somehow, that was only the beginning. Because investigators quickly realized that the robbery had been planned with terrifying precision. The motorcycle used in the crime had been stolen beforehand and repainted to resemble an official police bike. The robber had also prepared multiple getaway vehicles throughout the city. Now, after abandoning the original bank car, he reportedly switched vehicles several times to avoid capture. Almost like he had rehearsed the escape route over and over beforehand. Meanwhile, Tokyo police launched one of the largest investigations in Japanese history. Roadblocks flooded the city, emergency alerts spread everywhere. Thousands of officers joined the research. Detectives manually checked fingerprints against millions of records. Composite sketches covered train stations throughout Japan. And at one point, over 170,000 police officers participated in this investigation. And despite all of that, they still couldn't solve it. The deeper the investigators looked, the stranger the case became. The robber appeared to have intentionally planted evidence. Police recovered clothing, tools, maps, burned objects, cigarette butts, miscellaneous items scattered around multiple locations. At first, detectives believed the suspect had made mistakes. But eventually, many investigators suspected the evidence had been deliberately planted to overwhelm police and send the investigation in countless different directions. And honestly, it worked perfectly. The suspect list eventually grew to over a whopping 100,000 people. One of the earliest persons of interest was a 19-year-old young man whose father worked as a police officer. Investigators believe he may have understood police procedures and equipment well enough to pull off this robbery. But before police could fully question him, the young man died from cyanide poisoning shortly after the robbery. Authorities ruled it as suicide. But the timing immediately fueled conspiracy theories across Japan. And things only became more mysterious from there, because none of the stolen money was ever recovered. Not a single confirmed penny, yen coin, nothing. Over the years, countless theories emerged. Some believe the robber acted alone. Others believe organized crime groups secretly orchestrated the heist. Some suspected corrupt police officers may have helped cover up the truth. And because the robbery happened during the politically tense era in Japan, conspiracy theories spread rapidly throughout newspapers and television. The case slowly transformed from a robbery into a national obsession. Books were written about it. Movies recreated it. Television specials analyzed it for decades. The robbery became known throughout Japan as the 300 million yen incident. And eventually, in legal terms, time simply ran out. Because in December of 1975, the statute of limitations expired. So whoever committed the robbery could no longer be criminally prosecuted. Then, years later in 1988, civil liability also expired, meaning the thief could theoretically confess publicly without any legal punishment. But nobody ever did. No verified confessions ever surfaced. No definitive suspect was charged. No stolen fortune was ever recovered. Just a mystery in time. A fake police officer standing beside a smoking car. Terrified bank employees running for their lives. And one calm thief disappearing into Tokyo traffic with the equivalent of millions of dollars on a cold December morning in 1968. Thank you for watching today's episode of It Sounds Crazy, but It's True. If you enjoyed this video and would like to support this channel, like and subscribe. And if there's a story you would like me to cover, comment down below. That's going to do it for this one. And until next time, stay humble, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.